Okay, welcome everyone to this session. So this session is going to be on vibe coding. What we are going to do, we are going to create an AI application with both backend, front end, and we will try to deploy it using GitHub Actions, right? On with Docker image and all that. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let me share my screen. Let's try to create a basic architecture of the project. Okay, and then we will try to do a few things. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So I'm not going to code anything on my own. Let's try to see how much good thing we can get with vibe coding, right? We will set a timeline as well that okay. Okay, so first of all, what let's create uh, this particular thing. We'll create an agent. Okay, so what it is going to be, uh, let's say we'll create an agent. Okay, let's say so there will be we'll create an agent on LangGraph, and that agent will be connected basically to an MCP server. Okay. If you don't know MCP server for now, it's fine. We are anyways going to vibe code it. Okay. So, so this will be connected to a MCP server, and that MCP server will have multiple tools. Okay. So MCP server. So what we can do, we can create multiple tools here. One tool can be, for example, let's say a web search tool we can create. Uh, Second, we can create a weather API tool. Okay. Any other tool in your mind which we can create? Let's keep three tools for it. So web search tool, weather API tool, and let me think. Uh, okay, uh, let's do let's do. Okay, let's do these for now. We will. Our eventual goal is to create a lot of features rather than multiple tools. So let's
Code
say,
execution tool.
sorry,
Code execution tool.
I didn't get your point.
Code execution tool. Python REPL.
Yeah, no, that it will do automatically. Now, what we are going to do in it, that we are going to do few more things. We are going to persist this. So basically, there will be a we are going to add memory to it. Okay, so by memory, as in, so there will be a user. Remember, every user, there can be multiple users to your application, right? So what you want to do, you want to create a threading. Okay, so how many of you understand threading? So uh, uh, will threading, and we will basically persist the session in a database. So that is what I'm going to do. So whatever conversations happen of every thread, you will be storing them in a database. Okay. So like you do chat in chat GPT. What you do, for example, let's say you open. So everyone gets a different or maybe anything, like for example, you open Perplexity, you can chat, right? And you can start a new chat any point of time, correct? So what happens that every user can start a new session. So we will going to create threading, and then we are going to wrap it up inside a good React front end. Okay, good React. So for example, we are going to so we are going to convert it into a good React front end. Okay, if time permits, I will also show you how can we add authentication to. So what do I mean by authentication is that, not like, for example, think like this. You launch a website, right? You have a subscription of your website. So not everyone can access, right? Only those people who have paid for a subscription will be able to access your agent, right? Something like that. So this is agent, this is front end, and also we are going to build one more thing, rate limiter. So let's, for example, rate limiter. You can say that, for example, how many requests per second. I mean, we'll see. We'll set some rate, okay? And so there are two things. One is backend. Backend will be converted to a FastAPI. Front end will be React, and we will try to add more features to it. Okay, is it clear? The architecture, anyone? And then we will try to put it into GitHub using CI/CD pipeline with GitHub Actions. Right, that is what we are going to do, and we'll see if we can, by the end of session, we can deploy it on a single code. Okay. Anyone, any question before I begin? Okay. So if everyone is good, please feel free to ask me question. Now, remember the first principle of vibe coding is that you do not go and tell your whatever your model is that, okay, code everything for me, right? What you have to do, you have to break your project into small parts, first of all, because alone it cannot code everything. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to break it into multiple steps. Okay, so how will I break it? What is the first step? So let's try to discuss what should be my first step.
Create tools.
First, let's create MCP server. Okay, MCP server with two tools. Okay, this is our first step, and then we will test it if it is working or not. Okay, then once we are able to do it, what we will do? Create
Agent.
an agent that connects with this. Okay, this is second part. After this, what we are going to do, we are going to add persistence. So add persistence as in, basically we are going to say that do one thing, we'll add persistence for memory. Okay, for memory of your agent. This is what we are going to do in the backend. Once this is done, we will convert all backend code to API. Okay. Once backend code is converted to API, then I will come and I will say, so in this only we will add threading. Okay. So, and now once we have converted, then we will create React, okay, front end, and if time allows, let's do one thing. We will also try to bring OAuth here. Okay, let's see if we can. But again, this is optional because I'm not sure if you guys understand the concept of OAuth. Yeah, please.
So like I have a doubt, like why are we adding the threading in the sense like for each user we are storing the user's history, the chat history or
Chat history, right? For example, what you can do, suppose you want to resume your chat some other time. Okay, you can just put your thread ID and you will be able to retrieve.
It's a kind of session ID kind of thing you're creating?
Session ID, yes. Okay. And if time permits, we will add all. But again, I'm keeping this as optional for now. Okay. And sixth will be to deploy using GitHub Actions. Okay. This much is good, right? Overall plan with the project, everyone. Any question? Okay. So again, I'm going to use Cursor for it. Cursor has a paid subscription. I have the paid subscription because I use it for my other projects. But you don't need to pay. Like you get some free credits as well, so you can use just for testing purpose. Inside company, you will always get access to GitHub Actions when you are GitHub Copilot, basically when you work in a company. So you don't need to actually pay for it. But yeah, so let's try to build a MCP server with two tools. before that, what do we have to do? We have to set up a project folder, correct? And for any of these things, I'm not going to code anything on my own. I am simply going to use vibe coding. I don't know if I will be able to build complete by the end of the session, because AI is building for me. I'm not building things, right? So let's see how it comes, right? I hopefully will be able to build it in by the end of the session, but let's see. Okay, so let's open the cursor. So this is cursor, right? What I'm going to do, I'm going to just do this later. Okay, so now this is the interface of the cursor. If you see here, left is the folder. Here you can open folder. Here you can this, and here is your main chat, right? So what you need to activate is there are three options: agent, ask, or manual. So you have to select the agent option, then only it will start working. Okay, so for the first, I will give it a setting that I want to create an agent with MCP server. Okay, uh, set up the project for me on desktop, instantiate with UV and act with you guys know UV package, right? For activating for virtual environment. Okay, so I will say it that what you have to do, you have to instantiate with UV and activate the virtual environment. Okay, so a very simple thing I'm adding. Let's see what it does. So see, I'll help you create an MCP folder. So first of all, it will give me this command, and if I just run it, it will create. Okay, then it will take me to that particular thing, and okay, and I have initialized my project, right? UVVNV, and so and it will install the packages, MCP, and all that. Okay, these few additional things it will do. Parallelly, what you can do, you can simply create open desktop MCP agent. Okay, so you will be able to see. So now you see that your yeah, the project is instantiated. I will just ask it to activate virtual environment. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything on my own, so it will activate for me. Okay, so far good, everyone. Any question? Okay, so if you see, it activated my virtual environment. Now this is how UV package looks like. All information is present in this 𝗕project.toml. Okay, so we have installed MCP. Okay, black, 𝗕 and PyTest. These are the packages. Remember, you don't need a requirement.txt when you're using a UV package. Okay, the Git is also initialized, so those things have been done. Now, so in the README, what I'm going to do, so this was our plan, right? Create an MCP server with two tools. Now point is that if you, there are two methods. You can simply ask it as, now this is something you need to learn, that you can ask it here, okay, let's start building the MCP server, create an MCP server for me, and all that. What is the problem with that if I ask it directly? Can someone think?
This will not have an entire view of the project.
Exactly. Now, MCP is something, it keeps on changing. Its documentation keeps on changing, right? So that is, you need to understand. So what you need to do, you need to go to the website where, so I'm using FastMCP to create it. Okay. So you have to go to this website. Okay. And for every website, if you come here, this is llm.txt, right? So if you do this slash this llms.txt, okay, sorry, I think it is llms. Yeah, okay. So this contains all the description of the file of the website, that what all information is there on the website, how to create something, and all those things. Or what you have, you have also this llm full.txt, where it contains all the methods that it, for example, how to create FastMCP server, how to deploy it, right? So you can give this URL to the cursor, that scrape the data from it, understand how an MCP server is created, and then code it. Then it will do it effectively. So what you can do create a rag here as well. What you can do, you can click on this in chat settings. If you come, there is an option of indexing and docs. Here what you can do, you can add docs here, or you can add URL as well. For example, let's say I want to delete anything. Okay, so and here you can add your rules, memories, network, like a lot of things you can add in the backend. I'm not adding it right now because it's a simple code only, but when you face complex projects, you can do all this, so that it can read through those websites every time you do the code, right? And it's very efficient. It's not your regular ChatGPT. So suppose you are using agent through LangGraph, and you're using MCP. You can put all their websites in the backend, so every time it generates a code, it will try to give you the most latest uh, let's say whatever syntaxes. But anyways, let's come and try to create this MCP server. So if I see, this is a quick start, right? That how MCP server is created, and this is their servers overview. And yeah, so what I will I'll ask it to yeah, let's do this. Yeah, so what I will say to this cursor, that okay, create an MCP server for me with two tools, and use the official FastMCP package, FastMCP website, to understand the latest coding methods. Okay, and so you provide that link to it, and then you may okay, and so you say that, okay, create an MCP server, use this website always to create this for me. And apart from that, okay, let's see, very basic. I'm not adding complex prompt right now. We'll add it. Let's see what it does. So see, it is generating. Okay, so it created a code for me here. Okay, it is still generating, and generating a client as well. So okay, okay, so what it has done for now, let's see, it has generated me the MCP tool and MCP client. Again, I don't know if it is the right code or not, but what I'm going to do, see, so it generated me this particular thing. Okay, so if I see, it has a weather tool and it has a calculate expression tool. So what I'm going to do, first of all, first let's first launch MCP server. Okay, so I will ask it to launch MCP server, so it will give me this code. It is server is not running. So I'll say server is not running. Check virtual environment and run it again. Okay. Yeah, so when you do this code-based indexing, what it does that it whatever code it is creating. See, now this is very interesting thing to hear, which Cursor provides, not everyone. So whatever codes you have created so far, right? It will basically index it. Can you tell me the advantage of it? Anyone? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
I want to ask, what are the advantages of indexing your code base? Can anyone tell me? Okay, tell me what is code based indexing? Anyone want to give a try?
Understanding the code.
So you know what is RAG, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a RAG only. What it does that it takes your code, it's whatever code you create, it stores in the backend as a RAG. So whenever you ask it the next question, it will always have reference to the things that it has searched, code that it has done, and all that, right? So that whenever something wrong happens, it is easily able to debug things. You don't have to start everything from scratch. Getting my point? So still not running. Use Python 3 and activate virtual environment before running. Okay, so let's see.
So syncing, like we need to do, or like it will be done automatically.
Which thing?
The syncing, the indexing, the syncing is there, right?
It will do automatically. You just need to turn on the option.
So syncing means it will add the latest code, right? Latest what also.
Yeah, latest code. Now, if you see, this is running with stdio. I want to run a streamable HTTP. I want to run streamable HTTP, not stdio. Okay. Update the code and launch server again. Okay. If you don't understand MCP, don't worry for now, right? My main objective is to show you that you can build it without even knowing the knowledge, right? So okay, if you see, my MCP server is live now. Okay, now what I'm going to do, now I need to test it. So to test it, there is a thing called MCP inspector. Okay, that whether your server is running or not. So what you can do is you can go here and you can search for MCP inspector. Okay, so here you'll get the command npx add this. Okay, just copy it, come to a terminal. Okay, and just open a new terminal and just type it. Okay, so it will install the MCP inspector on a local, and it will deploy it. Okay, so now my MCP server is on 8000 port with /MCP. So there are three options: stdio, SSC, and streamable HTTP. Okay, click on this and click on connect. So it showed green means it is connected to the server now. Now there are in an MCP server, you can add a lot of things, resources, prompt, sampling, a lot of things. We only have added tools now. So click on tools and click list tools. So it is showing get weather and calculate expression, right? So let's say click on get weather, it will ask for city. So for example, let's say I enter New York, okay, country code US, and I will run the tool. It will give me a success, and that in New York this is the temperature, okay. And similarly, if I want to run the another expression, let's say expression, I want to say 2 2 plus 3 plus 5, okay. So let's see what it does. So it will give me 10, okay. So it means my both of the MCP servers are running. So my first task here, creating MCP server with 2 tools, is done. Any doubt, anyone? So we have done our two things by putting in hardly like 10 minutes, right? Not even 10 minutes. If I wouldn't have been explaining to you guys, I would have done it in like 5 minutes only, right? So otherwise, what you need to do you need to go explore, search. I'm not saying don't explore, do explore, but if you know things, then it becomes very fast to do things. So we are done with first 2 part. Any question, anyone? Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create an agent that connects with this. So for that, I'm going to use LangGraph. In LangGraph, we are using the same concept. We'll go to LangGraph, we'll check the official documentation. Now this is where your knowledge needs to come there. Don't blindly wipe code, okay? So go to guides. There's an MCP section here where they have given how to create an agent with MCP. Okay, so they have given that, okay, this is how you create an agent with LangGraph using MCP. So just copy this URL, okay, and tell to this, go to the cursor, and now perfect. Now create an agent for me using LangGraph, which connects with this MCP server, and I can chat with it. Okay, so use below link to understand how LangGraph basically connects with MCP. Okay, so I've given this link. Now let's see what it does. So now what it will do, it will add your LangChain adapters, LangGraph, and all those things. Now it is creating my LangGraph project. It will take few seconds. Okay, so now let's go to this LangGraph agent. Okay, so see, it has created this agent for me, connected the methods and all that. So now what I need to do, I need to provide it my API key. So what I will do, it is asking for any API key you can provide. So let's do one thing. I'll go to Anthropic. I have an API key there, I think. Anthropic API console login. Yeah, so what I'll do, I'll create an API key, my project, okay, and copy the key, okay. I'll say, so below is my API key, put it in .env folder, okay, and make sure it's working, okay. I will put it, so I'll give it my API key, it will automatically do the things. So what it will do, if you remember, it will add python.env package, right? Create a .env file and load into your environment. See, it is loading, and so if I come to the agent, right, it is this. Where is my I don't see .env file created here. So let's prompt it. Create the .env file. Put the API key there and load from it. Okay. So see, it has created this .env where it put this thing, and now it will update the codes and all those things. UV sync, and now let's run this agent. So it got some error. It will automatically correct it if you see, and so okay. So it is working now. Now so it has given me steps how you can run it. You can simply run this part. So agent is here. See, now my agent is running. It is asking available tools. So this is my server. If you see all the requests that where is my server right now? Wait a second. Okay, to run the server, maybe I'll do one thing. I'll say Python 3. This is MCP server. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's close everything first of all. Okay, so what I will do, I will do this thing. So let's run MCP server first. Python 3 MCP server.py. What is happening? Address already in use. Okay, kill all the ports and let me start project again. Okay. So what it will do, it will kill all the ports on my computer and let me start everything from scratch. So okay, now let's rerun it. So I will say Python 3. So now my MCP server has started. Now what I will do, Python 3 LangGraph agent.py. So see, my agent is here. Now MCP tool is initialized, tools are loaded. So let me ask it, for example, what is the temperature in, for example, Chicago. Okay. So it will think and it will provide me, according to the current data, temperature in Chicago is this, something like this. Let's say I ask it, what is 5 plus 8 minus 7. Okay. So what it will do, it will load the tools, okay, and it will give you the answer. Okay. So this is part is done. My basic agent creation is also done. There where I am what I'm doing. So this part is also done. Create an agent that connects with MCP server. Are you guys good with it? Any question? Okay. Now let's come to the next thing. The next thing is creating a persistence, right? Persistence threading and all that. So what I will do, I will ask it that okay. So if you know now here your knowledge also comes a play, right? I know how persistence is done in LangGraph. You have to go here, you read this concept of persistence, okay? And where it tells that how it is done. We use like some check pointers and all that. Right now I'm not telling you all that in details, but just telling you. So what I have to do, I will come here, I will say to it, now I want to persist the user session by creating multiple, by creating threading. So what feature I want, I will tell it that every time a user opens a chat, a new thread ID should be generated. All the conversations should be stored in a SQLite database. Next time when user opens chat, he can simply put his thread ID and resume chat. So technically, always ask user new chat or resume chat. Okay, something like that. Use, and then we'll say use below document to understand how LangGraph allow checkpointers. I want to persist in a SQLite database. Okay, so a lot of prompting you can do. I'll simply enter it and let's see now how it goes. Okay, so see, it is added LangGraph checkpoint SQLite. Okay, now it will update my agent. Right now I have not written even a single line of my code, right? We have been able to create agent, we have been able to create MCP server, we have been able to create the flow. Now remember, if someone says that for example I can build everything on my own, it is not true. You need to have that knowledge, right? To have this knowledge, which information is present where. Because now this is very important. Now because time is less, I'm showing you the right method, but if you do try, just tell it simply that okay, do this. It will never be able to generate the right code for you, or it will struggle a lot. But if you know the knowledge sources and you can provide it those knowledge sources, right, then the coding generation becomes even very faster. So as a developer, if you control the architecture and if you know where the knowledge source is, then this is really an really an amazing thing. Okay, so now see, it is doing everything for generating readme MD file as well and all that. So it has done everything in like quick seconds. So let's do this thing. This is okay. So what I have to do, I will ask it, start MCP server is already there, run persistent chat. Okay, so I will run this. Okay, so see, now this is initiated now. Persistent MCP initialize, start a new, whether you want to start a new chat, resume existing chat, list all the threads, or exit. So let us say I say I want to start a new chat. Okay, one. So it will say that okay, this is your thread ID. Okay, so I will ask it, for example, what is AI agent? Okay, let's say now I got an error. Now this is very common. This is very common to get this error. So what you will do is simply copy all this thing and feed this here. I am getting an error. Please fix it. Okay. So it will automatically try fixing it. I'm not going to read any code. I'm simply going to blindly wipe code right now. Okay. Error comes, I'll just throw to the agent that okay, I'm getting an error, fix it for me. Let's see how good it is. Okay. After this, we will build the React front end. Okay. So now it is still getting some error. It is trying to fix it. I'll let it do for a while. Yeah, so it is still getting some error. Let it fix it. Now, one problem with this is that at this point of time, if your vibe coding is not able to give you the right solution, you are totally screwed, to be honest, because you don't know what code it has written, what right. And this happens a lot of time. You get stuck in a loop. You don't know, because things like this, till now you have vibe coded, you don't know what exactly it has coded, what logic it has applied in the backend, right? Now here, if something goes wrong, it becomes, and let us say you cannot access this, it will be very difficult for you to go and debug. Getting my point? So it is always good to have a note, whatever is going on. Let's see. So all tests are completed. Let's see. Okay. See, it has created so many files, even I don't know which one is the right one. So I will have to ask by like cursor only that, okay, tell me whichever is the right. So yeah, it is done coding, I think. So okay, so I have to run this. Okay, now let's see. Now let's start a new chat. Enter one. This is my thread ID. What is AI agent? Okay, so it will think, it will try to get me the answer. Okay, it gave me something. Now I applied, I do not have a specific tool or function to nothing, like I asked it a very generic question, so it didn't do that, right? So it is saying that only ask questions related to these two tools, right? And which I expected it to work. So I'll ask, what is temperature in New Delhi, for example. Okay. So it has given me, it is giving me static answer right now, which is fine. My objective is to first create this agent, right? And now you want to see the chat threads, right? So where is it? SQLite. Okay, I'll press exit. Then I will say list all threads. So it will list all threads for me. So let me copy. So it shows that this thread has 4 messages. This thread has 6 messages. Suppose I want to resume this one. So I'll copy this thread. Okay. And I will say resume existing chat 2. Then it will ask me for thread ID. I'll provide that, and it will basically, and I'll ask what all questions have I asked so far. Okay. So see, it showed me that you asked these many questions so far. So my memory is also integrated into the agent, and things are done. Threading is also done. Okay. So now I will ask it, please clean up the the project folder. Keep only relevant files. Okay. So what it will do, it will basically delete all the useless files which are present in my code base, and let's see. It will update the README as well. Okay, so see all the thread session IDs. If you see this, all the thread IDs. So this is a thread ID, and all the chats are getting stored in a JSON here. All right, you can store in a SQLite as well, but it's up to you how you want to store it. Okay, so now this is created. Now we'll do with, so we are done with the basic server agent creation, threading, and all that we have done. Okay, so now what we want to create a convert to a backend API. Let's do that, and then we will create a front end. Okay, so let's move here. Let's create a backend API. Okay, now create a fast API backend for my agent, which is always connected to this MCP server. Okay, something like that I will do. So it will create a REST API for me, and what? Let's see. So it installed the fast API, 𝗕𝗂𝗶𝗹 and Pydantic are used for it. So it is now converting my project into a fast API project. Okay, so a lot of things technically you might not be understanding, but that is totally fine. We are not we'll do all that later, but let's simply try to understand how it works. And so now it will sync up the project, and let's see MCP server is running or not. It is running. Okay. Perfect. So it has created so many thread IDs for me. Now I simply need to uh, Python 3 start services. Let's see. Uh, so it will start the MCP server first. Okay. Let's see what is the issue. So I simply feed to it, right? I am not going to. So we have 15 more minutes. I'll try to wrap it up in the session in 15 minutes. I hope this gets created. Let's see. See, if you see this, it is doing all the test itself as well, and few things worked, few things failed. Oh, so it is working now. Uh, Everything is working. Okay. So now what you have to ask it, close all the terminals and restart the server. Okay. And now let's see what it does. So it will close all the terminals for me, and we'll restart our server again. So see, now it is starting things again. Now I'll start my fast API backend. Okay. So this is there. This is my eventually fast API backend is present here. I'll go here. Okay. So slash docs. This is my fast APIs that it has created. So these are different APIs. One is, if you see, threads. One is chat with a thread. One is delete thread. One is to get available tools. If I click on this, it will show me all the available tools: get weather and calculate expression. If I want to use this API, let's say create a thread. Okay, so try it out and just create it. It will create a new thread for you. Okay, now you can chat with it. So what you can do, you can take this thread, copy it, and suppose there is a thing called as chat with a thread. uh, okay, try it out, provide the thread ID, and say, for example, you ask what is temperature in Dallas. Okay, so it will send request to the LLM to get the answer, and let's see what it comes up with. So see, it has provided, this is the response body. It has given me the answer. Now this is how fast API system is. uh, Again, I'm not teaching you fast API in this session, just telling you that all these APIs are working now. Now I'm moving to the last step, that is creating the front end. Okay, so now I will come to the cursor. I'll say good. Now create a professional UI on React, uh, and with a theme like, for example, ChatGPT. Okay, uh, use light blue and white color. Okay, then you can say that incorporate all threading options whenever user logs in. He should be able to see all available MCP tools with description. Right now I'm just showing you with minimal prompts. Okay, not using very fancy prompts. Again, if you give better prompts, you will get it, but right now my target is just to show you this. Now let's see what it creates. Okay, it will start building the front end for you. You know what you can do, you can take a, go to a UI, you can take a screenshot, you can give that as well, and it will understand. So I have asked it to create it with a theme of ChatGPT, but you can go to any theme, just take a screenshot, provide to it, and it will generate code for you. So that also it can do. Let's see what all it does. And the thing again, the main part is I have not coded a single line. Even if I just know how to code it, and if I just know how to and where to get things right, I can get things done very quickly. Like this alone project generally used to take like 2-3 weeks at least, right? And for anyone to build, if vibe coding is not there. So we have built in almost like 1 hour, right? Let's see how front end comes, but backend we have created in 1 hour maximum. Now we are building the front end which will connect with it. It will take a while. React takes some time to load and all those things. So it is done with the front end as well. Now it is just updating the README file, and let's see what it comes. Perfect. So everything is live now. Now we will simply click on this. So it will install the front end npm and all those things in my local. And let's see. So it is installing npm, done. So let's see. The website is not loading. I will tell it. So I'll put the message here and let it fix it. That is working on it. Let's see. link.md. Okay. Start all services.py. Let's check it. Sorry, Python 3. So now let's see it works. Yeah. So see, this is my UI right now. So this is what React created. I can of course improve it by prompting it, but let's see. So it is showing me all the chat history, and I can start a new chat. Suppose I create, and it is showing me available tools in the MCP server. MCP agent, these are the available tools: get weather and calculate expression. So start a new chat. Let us say I ask it, for example, what is so see, it is giving me good like UI of person chatting and replying, right? Something like that. So let's see. It should get me the temperature. So according to this, see, it is giving me time as well, and this is the temperature. Let's say I ask it next question. What is 2 plus 3 plus 5? 6. Okay, so it should give me. Similarly, you can ask a lot of questions. Now, suppose this is my uh, chat history. Okay, so what I see that it is giving me. I started at 5:41 a.m. Now I can start a new chat. I don't see an option of so I can click on any chat, right? I can click on each of the chat threads and I can see all the histories, right? Now you can improve the UI as much as you want, to be honest, right? I'm not going that in detail, but just telling you this beautiful UI is there just to see all the chat thread ideas present. If you want to start a new chat, you can chat new as well. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you, that you can create a basic React front end as well. Not a very fancy one, but it's good enough, I would say. Okay, so this is done with us. Okay, now last part, deploy using GitHub Actions. Okay, so what I want to do is I will ask it, I want to deploy this using GitHub Actions. Create a Docker file for me. Put all the, yeah, please.
So like the authentication means is like a single sign or kind of
Single sign on, So
first can we do that, and after that we can push.
what I have actually hard stop. Actually, I have to go somewhere. So this is how you integrate. But okay, let me add an authentication as well. Okay, I think deployment. So I can either do deployment or I can show you authentication. What do you want me to show?
Authentication.
Okay, let's create an authentication part. Let's try to do both. Anyways, let's see. UI is good, but improve it. Make things more dynamic. Give an option to copy thread ID and resume from there. Also add authentication using OAuth. So so basically what we are saying, so a user can have access to all the tools, one of the tools, or none of the tools, right? So in the backend, create 5 users. Okay, some will have access to all tools, some will have access to one tool, and some will have no tool access. Okay, uh, before starting the, I would say, chat, always authenticate user. Okay, and let's see. Okay, and display a message whether he can chat or not. Okay, let's see. So what it will do, it will in the backend, it will create roles for the user, a username, and whenever we log in, we have to use those usernames only. One of those. If I use something else, it will not let me able to chat with the API, with the agent. So let's see. And depending upon the role, I can chat it. So let's see how it goes. Now, this all comes into the JSON web tokens. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of it. I will conduct a session on that as well, but it's fine. Let's see. Okay. After that, what we'll do, once this is done, we will put this in a Docker file and deploy using GitHub Actions. Okay. Let's see. No, but deployment, to deploy it to run in a container, we will not be able to do right now because I will have to set up Azure and all that. So that we will do in some other session. But yeah, we can create a Docker file for sure. I'll show you how to run to deploy locally. Then we will. So in the FastAPI, you have, whenever you do FastAPI, right, you create this OAuth that whenever a user chats, first of all, it verifies its tokens. That is called JSON Web Token. So if your JSON Web Token does not validate, you will not be able to access the service. That's how it works. Uh, this is actually very funny as well, to be honest. Like, you feel like, I mean, anyone can build it, and but there is a caveat to it. Caveat to that as well. It's not like that everyone. Like, if you don't understand how does JWT works, if it throws error, you will not be able to fix it, right? So that is there. But yeah, if you know things, this will like increase the productivity by like lot. Like, there's no limit to that. Meanwhile, it does. Let me just walk you through this OAuth. What is JWT? How it works. So read about this JSON web token. So this is a token. You see these API keys that are created, right? So there are three parts of any JSON web token. One is this. So two dots are always there. Second is this, and third is this. So if you see, first is your basically it's a sign. It contains the information that this token is coming from. Oh, like this is a JSON web token or what. Second contains the information that can, like for example, this is the user, this is the admin, this is his access level, and all those things. And the third is a basically JWT signature. So when two parties are sharing a token between them, they create a signature, and they basically it is always present in there, and it gets into this coded form. So the API keys that you see, right, at times they are something like this only. So you every time you refresh, it will generate a new token which you can send it. So that's how it works. You can read about it, how it works. It's a very interesting thing, to be honest. Okay, I think it is done now. Let's see. Perfect. So we have five users. One is admin 123. One is this, which has full access to tools. One has couple tools, right? And guest, he can chat only, no tools, right? So something like this is there. So think like this. You don't want to suppose you created a subscription that not everyone can have access to your MCP server. So we have created five users. We will chat with them. Let's see. Let's run the system. Okay. So it is initializing in the backend. So what I will do, I will close all the ports first and run again. So MCP server may not be fully ready. Okay, let's see. So let's give this error to this to fix it. So MCP server started. Now I think it should work. Okay, let's see. Perfect. Authentication is also working now. Now it is testing. Perfect. It is running now, and yeah, perfect. Now done. Everything is tested. Now the app will run. So let's see. Let it update the README file. So I'll not be able to do the Docker now, right? Because the time I have limited time only. But let's see how this is working. Okay. So test. Now run the full application. Okay, see, now this is my UI. Now very basic UI right now, not very fancy. We'll see. So it is saying I have to sign in. Okay, so admin, full access to tools, power user, weather tools only, basic user this tool, limited user this tool, and guest no tool. So I'll click on sign in, and user ID and password. Okay, so there is the user ID and password. So let me fetch it from here. Let's do this. In the readme.md, they would have given the uh, let's go to first ask it close all terminals and restart the application. So it will close all the terminals. So this is my Now let me ask tell me the user ID and passwords you created. Okay, let me ask it. So this is it, right? So this is my, if you see, I have these users and password. So admin 123 is password, power user, this is the password. So let's try to do one thing. Let's try to go with a very basic uh, power user. Okay, he has no, he has access to both the tools. So let's take this basic user with basic 123 access. Let's test if it is working. So I'll go to the website. I'll sign in, basic user, and what is its password? Let me get it. Basic 123. Okay. By default, it gets authenticated with Google and all that. We have not done that right now, but just showing you, this is exactly how it will look like. So see, uh, it is asking to say password. Now I can use, cannot use whether. So I have these are my permissions. I can use weather tool. I can create threads and I can chat, but I cannot use calculator, cannot delete threads, cannot view all the threads. So let's try this. Let's try with what all I can do. So what is, let's say I ask it, what is 2 plus 3 plus 5? Okay. So it is, I can use calculator tool or what? Get weather. I think this is answering through that particular tool. Okay. Get weather. It is, this is answering through LLM. By default, what would have happened? So use calculator tool to answer me 2 plus 3 plus 5. Okay. Yeah, so something wrong is there. Ideally, what it should do, it should not provide you, should not let you chat with it. But I'm just telling you that how it works. That you will have these users created in the backend, and when you click on them, accordingly, basically, some will be allowed, some will not be allowed. So those type of authentication you can add. Just to tell you again, I can prompt it and correct it, but just telling you how you can, those things you can try on your own as well, right? So this is it. Anyone, any question, right? About, thanks for joining the session. I will put this to GitHub as well. And yeah,
So please put to the GitHub and share the link.
yeah,
The WhatsApp.
I'll create a GitHub. So let's do wipe agent wipe code. Okay. So corner is, so what I need to do, simply copy this, add an architecture diagram as well in README. Okay, so let's go to terminal. Okay, let it add. I will not code anything. Let it do it himself. So it used mermaid graphs to create the readme MD file where you can create those charts and all that. Okay. So now I will say this is my GitHub ID. Update, push changes to this repo. Okay. Let's see. It will do it itself. I'm not doing anything right now. So git status, git remote, git add. Git commit. Let's see, git push. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let me, I'll say git remote add abc. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add it myself. Git push abc main. Yeah. So the whole code will go. Let's see. Yeah, it has gone. Let's open GitHub and check if it is updated there. So
Here
see,
the remote branch is 𝗕𝗃𝗃.
ABC, yeah. So this is the architecture, right? Of my diagram. It will see it created this beautiful README MD everything. So a lot of API documentation it has added. See, okay, and React app architecture. I'm just checking if it has added. This is the architecture. You can zoom in and see that how each project is basically being done, right? So this is it. Back, let's copy this admin, admin 123 sign. Okay, so see, I have access to all the tools now. I can simply chat with it, right? What is temperature? See, so I think something from the backend, something closed, but yeah, this is it, right? We created it and we pushed it. We can take it. So just think like this: if you sit for 8 hours one day, you can build a very good project right now these days. You don't need to like, and if you know these things, everything is done. So you just need to focus on architecture and all those things. So thanks for guys for joining, right? We built few features, few were not completed, and it happens, right? You can by coding you do not control everything, but that's fine. We can sit again and improve it. That's how you can. So you can take this project, try to improve, or maybe try from scratch on your own, something like that you can do. Okay, any question, anyone?
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys, enjoy your weekend.